Avengers! Assemble.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose, I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Marvel fan site that I have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. Aliens vs. Avengers #1, Jonathan Hickman, Esad Ribic. This team behind Secret Wars, the second Secret Wars series. Or was it the third? I know Bendis also did a 4-issue limited series, but here we go. I absolutely love Esad Ribic. He's I just love it. I love his art. He unfortunately is very slow, doesn't get a lot of he needs a lead time. So this is one of the variant covers. I got this series. It had sold out of my comic book store, but I had gone into the next day. Actually, I was going to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and they had them there. This is the other variant cover, and then look at that one. Nice stuff here. Marvel loves their variant covers, so love this one by Scotty Young here. Captain America. In a scale of absorbing man to Thanos, how much of a problem is this? And Captain Marvel says, I'm going to be honest, we're zipping right past the Mad Titan and landing somewhere near a Galactus. So, Scotty Young, I think the dude is so, I think he's very talented, and he's really leaned into his shtick, maybe. So, all right, here we go. Esad Ribic uses pencil. He doesn't really ink, and everything is colored, sort of to give it a more. But his work is not inked. So, as I mentioned, Jonathan Hickman is the writer here. So, here we go. We got a couple of tablets here. Is this Orion? Maybe, I don't know. What. Nope. Okay, so here we go. I've bought this issue a few months ago, but I've waited to read it because I kind of read it with you guys. So here we go. It's disappointing, isn't it? To expect one thing and instead get another entirely. So, some kind of ship here going through that. And here we go here. I thought a Kree specimen would have shown more resilience. Instead, the host failed post-implantation. So, look at that, Isaac. Oh, I love it. A shame, really, to die poorly, and in such passing beget nothing. So, looks like they tried to put the alien into it. So, we have here, it looks like the Shi'ar here. So this one here says, let's not cry over spilt milk, brother. Not when it's 2 steps forward for each step back. Some call that progress, but we know it by a better name, destiny. And the other Shi'ar here says, it wasn't discounting our progress. 4 out of 5 of our attempts were a success. The Strontian, Dabari, and Katari all produce a successful strain, but the real prize pig of this batch was the Skrull specimen. What a delightful surprise that was. And then, I don't know if it's the same one or a different one, but just one small problem. The Skrulls have no home world to seed. Such is the curse of a diaspora race, having only a few sparse populated outpost planets to speak of. Their species number fall outside of mission parameters. And the other one says, and yet faith endures. So, all right. Which is precisely why I launched the, and all of a sudden you see alert, alert. Incoming vessels have pierced the event horizon. They're on an attack vector, he says here. Can we identify them? And he looks in here. Yes, 4 Explorer class frigates. Man, look at how I love his art. Truly. Wakandan design. So, Wakanda. All right. Here we go. Our defense battery has been destroyed. Course of action, he asks. And the other guy says, we dare not be rude, brother. Let's give our guests a most proper and appropriate welcome, he says. So, and suddenly you see this here, and suddenly, boom, as you see this explosion here. And in come some Wakandan warriors here. And breach success. And the other guy says, contact. And this one here says, motion everywhere. Heat sinks are fewer and more isolated, but this area is clear. And this one here says, okay, radio him in. And behind him, no need. I'm already here. So we have the Black Panther. So I wonder if this is just really tight pencil here, because this looks almost pitch black here, and then more loosely based. Or perhaps they colored it with a little bit more black, but that looks awesome here. So, great panel here. Oh, my goodness gracious. Your Majesties, we cannot protect you if you... And Black Panther says, you think my father is being reckless? And that black hole below us is massive enough to cause a severe time dilation. Ours here cost years out there. A high cost, but nothing compared to the one being paid on T'Chaka's reach. We quarantined an entire sovereign Wakandan world because of the weapon we trace back to this place. Our people are dying, so we will risk whatever we must to put an end to this threat, be it reckless or not, he says. So, forgive my prince, I understand. Good, now let's contact vibration sound there, as he points. And so, ooh, look at this. Oh, just gorgeous. And you can see the aliens here hissing. And this is the area that they're looking at here. Oh, that's just beautiful. Azari asks, and yes, father. So, look at this. Oh, just beautiful. And so you can see some kind of electrocution or electricity here, and it explodes here, kind of like lightning. And here come the aliens. Scree, they say. Look at that. That's just awesome. And oh my goodness gracious, this is my kind of stuff. When I saw this book, I was like, oh, I must have it. Unfortunately, I didn't know it was coming out, because I don't really buy much newer comic books anymore, so I did not know about it. But once I saw this, I put it in my pull list, and like I said, I was very fortunate to have found it in that other comic book store. So, well done, as he puts a hand there. And so, we bleed time from a planet-sized wound. Find the masters of this place, my Hatat Zaraze. Find them and bring them here. I want them before me. And so, and I want them on their knees. So, just like a king. So, they grab, I think, based on that, I assume that these are Shi'ar. So, the command node was mostly empty. So, And he says, this one was purging their systems, and we reached the command deck. He was mostly successful, but we were able to capture some data. King T'Challa, what they were doing, and T'Challa says, spit it out. The same weapon that they used on the Intergalactic Empire, they've already launched at least a dozen more. And so the other one says, those worlds will need to be secured. No one can be allowed to leave, and everyone who has left must be traced, and those worlds quarantined as well. We cannot let this spread. Oh my goodness gracious. Under normal circumstances, yes, of course, but the time debt we've incurred probably limits that being a success. I think we're facing the bug hunt to end all bug hunts, says the Black Panther. Your Majesty, there's something else. One of the worlds, it was Earth, and you can see here his eyes just going whoa. So love this panel. I love empty panels. Oh, or empty borders. Sorry. So he takes off his stuff. What kind of monster are you? Asked the Black Panther. And he says, I am much more than that, for I have such plans. And Black Panther says, benevolence, empathy, creation, the defining traits of the living. In these you seem to be lacking, he says. And he takes off the what appears to be the hair. So, but that's because you're not Shi'ar, are you? You're not living at all. You're just a machine. So, look at that. So, we thought it was Shi'ar, but they were not. Love the art here. And so, just a machine. Tisk. If you prick me, do I not bleed? So, he's going to quote some Shakespeare. And look at that. He's taking to pull a knife, hands it. Let's see. And then he beheads them. So, is this a synthetic? Bring the head. We're leaving. So, it must be a synthetic. Oh, this is awesome. And so, the Wakandans leave. They're still putting data from the android's memory core, but we already know they use their weapons on Earth. Chandelar, Spartax, and basically every other galactic hub in our corner of the universe. It's unfathomable. The scale of it is, my God, what are we going to do? What happens now? And Black Panther says, I spent my entire life building a golden empire that I would pass on to you. Now instead, a twilight reign marked by peace and enlightenment. There is ash and fire and the bones of what I dared to dream. And so he continues, what now, Azari? The monsters are over the walls. The gates are flung open. Our great city has fallen, and now our singular goal is humankind's oldest, survival. So this lets us know that this is an alternate universe. Probably one of those, oh my goodness, multiverse thing. So this is definitely another one here. So we finally get our credits here. Jonathan Hickman, Esad, Ribic. And so, and then of course all the other variant covers here. So, all right. Seed worlds were not chosen at random. But once a world is chosen for the host, the process, regardless of which world it is, remains the same. So this thing is heading toward Earth. Each seed probe carries 4 queen eggs inside it, along with 12 infected hosts in suspended animation. And then 4 locations in proximity of high-density population centers are targeted for initial infestation. So, placed into suspended animations on the precipice of a life cycle transition, it takes almost no time for a host to yield their hidden bounty. So, here we go. A xenomorph, and you can see it here. The greatest killing machine in the history of the universe. Within an hour, these alien drones born from the chest busters are fully grown, and within a day, a hive has been constructed so that a life cycle of an alien queen can begin. Days later, that queen is born and begins producing eggs. From there, the process accelerates. Within 1 week, each individual queen hive will produce a brigade of warrior drones. So here we have Russia, and within 1 month, an endless army. Within 1 year, a planet raising horde. So would this be Tokyo? Paris here. And remember, each seed probe contains 4 such queens. It is the perfect delivery mechanism for the extinction of a species, of every living thing on Earth, regardless of if they are baseline humans or something greater. So, look at it, all the invading here. The inhuman city of Atalant could have resisted. It could have stood for thousands of years, for the greatest shield of purity separated them from a dying world. But like the fall of a great societies, an internal rift between the haves and have-nots created a crack in those walls. And through that maw, the aliens invaders poured in. So, look at this. And we got Atlantis here, I would imagine. There was no record of the fall of Atlantis. There were no screams to be heard, no kings to save them, and calls for help, if there were any, went unanswered. The secret science kingdom of Wakanda held out longer than most, but eventually, like every other nation, succumbed to the xenomorph horde. So this Earth here has been taken. When it became clear that extinction was at hand for all life on Earth, the mutants of Krakoa decided to abandon their island home and use their gateway to flee to Mars. Hope they terraformed it. The mutants ran for the safety of the Red Father. All of them except one, Apocalypse, the first mutant, would stay and surrender nothing, for the world had now become the arena he always wanted. Apocalypse will fight. And if he lives, he lives. If he dies, he dies. So here's Apocalypse, and all of a sudden you go, sniff, he smells something here. Oh, this just looks awesome. So be it. Only the fittest survive. As he, oh my gosh, that is so freaking cool. Absolutely awesome here. And so it was for all the Earth. All except the last human city. And I'll see here you see that explosion here. A stronghold in the ruins of America. No one knows how, but they were ready for what was coming. Like a prophet of doom, the old man of Wayland knew. So, Wayland Industries. And he built a city that would withstand the end of the world. And so, outlooking. And so this lady comes in. It must be Captain Marvel. The old, if you keep staring into the sun like that, Bruce, you're gonna go blind. I love the name. I have Gamma, so that's Bruce Banner here. I have gamma-powered cataracts, 0.5 millimeter thick, Carol. I'm already pretty much blind, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking. So, how late is she? Not too late, but she's always so precise. Plans things down to the second. She should be back by now. And Captain Marvel says, I'm sure she's fine. So this is Bruce Banner, the Hulk. It was bad when Johnny and Susan died in the accident. Reed got worse when Franklin and Ben disappeared to who knows where, never to be seen again. He was convinced the universe he had bent to the shape of his life was conspiring to take away the only thing he really cared about. He was the smartest man I ever met, an unyielding, towering force for good. But by the end, entropy had won its war, and he was a shell of what he used to be. On his deathbed, Reed Richards made me promise. He made me give my word that I would protect his only living heir. And now Valeria's out there, about to make me a liar because she had a plan to save us all, and I believed her. And Captain Marvel says, "You can't go after her. We need you here." And Bruce Banner says, "They say this is the last human city on planet Earth, but we're weeks, maybe less, from falling. This isn't a city. This isn't a city, Carol. It's a tomb." And Captain Marvel says, "You think I don't know what's in front of me? In all my years of doing what we do, I have maintained my discipline. I was trained to never lose control. But when the monsters finally break through, when the city falls, I'm going to let all that go. I'm going to drain as much energy as I can, beyond binary, beyond what I can contain, and I'm just going to surrender it. This won't be a tomb, Bruce. It'll be a pyre." And Hulk says, "Well, I hope I'm here to see it." So, and she puts on her mask here. "Then toughen up, soldier, because we're," and all of a sudden you see this be doop. And she goes, "Go ahead. Captain, we have a contact on the perimeter. Thermal and motion, 255 degrees northwest." And Hulk says, "What is," and then she tells him to wait. "Hold on, okay? Got it." And so Captain Marvel says it's her, but she's coming in hot, and through the runes, the enemy is everywhere. I'm going to, and then all of a sudden Hulk goes through, and she sighs. You can see here. "Command, do we have a patrol on the perimeter right now?" "Yes, Captain. Morales has the point." "Okay, that would probably be Miles Morales, Spider-Man here. Let him know he's about to have some serious company." So, here comes Hulk, who looks as spry as ever. So, oh, what a wonderful panel here. Wonderful, wonderful indeed. Look at this. Oh, all right. So Hulk arrives here, and here comes this car here, Scree, and here's Valeria Richards, and you can see the aliens hissing. And she goes, "Oh God, I'm not going to make it," she says. But Spider-Man grabs her and says, "Sure you are, gotcha." And Spider-Man says, "That was close," and she says, "Too close." Man, he said Ribic, he's so good. "Hey Hulk, you gonna get busy, or do I have to do everything?" says Spider-Man here. And so Hulk is like, "Hurr." And oh man, look at that freaking leg. Look at that. That freaking leg is just, oh my goodness. And he drops that thing here. And Hulk says, "Young lady, you are late." And Valeria says, "Bruce, I'm a 45-year-old woman who's been divorced twice because," and I quote, "relationships are for people who are aware of and acknowledge the needs of others." So, but I am sorry I didn't keep you posted. So here's Spider-Man trying to keep the Xenomorphs. And then she tries to say something, doesn't, but then she says, "Things got complicated." Love how Esad keeps people moving. Look at this. It's not just Hulk standing. I mean, Hulk is in a keeping things moving. So, and Hulk says, "I made a promise." And Valeria says, "I know. It's just everything went sideways. I really am sorry." And oh, look at this. We can't hold this much longer. So is this a venomized Spider-Man? "Want to go home," says Hulk. And she's like, "Uh-huh. But we're going to need the egg I stole," she says here. So, and it says here later, of course. And look at this. Gorgeous. So, this is it. And Valeria continues, "If we're going to win, if we have any hope at all, this is how we do it." And so everybody is watching this. All right, I heard the word win, so I'm listening, says Captain Marvel. And Valeria says, by the time these things were a threat, there were already too many of them to fight. Um, but but that's um, but that's what we did because that's who we are. And so we got into a land war with the perfect killing machines. And so Valeria points out at them here. It didn't take us long to realize that they were using humans to make more drones, so we dug deeper into their life cycle and tried to cut them off at the source. And this is where we went wrong. So we tried to stop them here at the implantation stage. The psychology of it was simple. We wanted to save the people who were being used as hosts. But what we didn't realize was as soon as the damn things attached, they were already as good as dead. We tried everything science, magic, everything. Nothing ever worked. Nothing except starting sooner. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to create a virus that will kill the eggs, she says. And Spider Man says, can you actually do that? And, I love, you're going to hear me say that a lot. I love his art. Of course she can. Look at her face, says Captain Marvel. I know that look. I've seen it on 1,000 faces of men and women about to squeeze the trigger. And Spider-Man says, so you can? And she says, yes. And Bruce Banner says, should you? I mean, kill the enemy. Sorry, I don't mean kill the enemy. I mean create a virus that could mutate into something worse than what we have now. And Captain Marvel says, there is no worse, Bruce. Let her try. I sort of agree with her. Val, are you sure that? And then she interrupts and says, I can do it. I just need time. Now, if you all don't mind, could you please leave so I can get to work? So, oh man. And so can she do it? So this is Wayland's tower. So I wonder if this is Wayland here. I wouldn't bet against her. So much like her father, brilliant, such a brilliant mind. Maybe she'll do that. Maybe she'll do what he did so many times, perform a miracle when miracles were all we have left. And Hulk says, that's a lot of weight to put on someone's shoulders. And Wayland says, we don't have long now. My project is almost complete. The day is coming soon when we're going to have to make the hard decision about the future of what's left of humanity. So, do we stay and fight the good fight, or do we save what's left of us and run for our lives? Valeria Richards will have a say in that, it seems. So will you. And Bruce says, I thought she wasn't going to make it back. But just so you know, I would have blamed you for talking me into letting her go. So, understand, I would have been very angry at you. And Wayland says, but she did come back, didn't she, Bruce? You believe everyone but you is weak. But we're all made of sterner stuff than you think, he says. So, it's not our skin, the outer shell that defines a person. It's what's inside that counts. So look at Valeria kind of looking angrily in the Wayland Tower here. So it looks like it's now nighttime and trying to get in. Access denied. And Valeria, it's Bruce. Open the door. I brought you something to eat. The mind is powered by the body. You have to keep your strength up. And they keep saying access denied. Override, Banner, Bruce, voice command, Gamma. And here. So hey Uncle Bruce, if you're seeing this recording, I'm sorry, but you can't come in. I wanted to do this, defeat them, win once and for all. I just ran out of time. My plan worked. Well, it was working. I used a light bender based on my mom's powers, and I walked right into the hive. I isolated and grabbed an egg and slowly started backing out. It worked, Bruce. I would have succeeded and gotten away, but then I tripped over something, and then they were all over me. I remember choking in darkness. Oh, they stuck an egg on her. Waking up and knowing something was inside me. I tripped One stupid mistake and it killed me. But I swore that before I died, I would find a way to kill every one of them. And so she was infected, but I ran out of time. I can feel it now inside me. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Promise me you won't open the door, Bruce. It's sorry. It can't escape the lab, and I don't want you to see. I tried, and so of course he opens the thing, and there is the xenomorph here, yelling as Bruce. Look at this. Containment breach alert. Oh, I love the coloring too. That is just awesome. Containment breach alert. And Bruce grabs it, but of course they're made out of acid here. And look at it. Oh. And of course now he sees Valerie. Oh my goodness gracious. What a great first issue. What happened? Oh no. And Wayland's like, damn it. And Hulk says she ran out of time. And so this is not, oh God, says Captain Marvel. What are you? Says Spider-Man. It's loose. Keep your eyes wide. It's here somewhere. So they're looking, and it gets Miles Morales, and there it is. No, she says, Captain Marvel. And oh, look at this. Just oh. And she of course says we have to get it off him, and of course Hulk says, we've been over this. It can't be done. You've seen it. I've seen it tried a million times. There's no mind control, and nervous system is autonomous. Any attempt to removal kills the host every single time. And the Captain Marvel says, we have to do something. And Wayland says, yes, we do. Soon an enemy will be growing inside him, and when it emerges, it will only want one thing: to kill every one of us. We don't have a choice. Burn it. And of course, Miss Marvel says, I'm sorry, Miles. I wish there was some other... And then she stops. What the hell? And look at this. So he was wearing a Venom. So out comes... And it looks like the Venom says, we don't like this body, but it'll do for now. So, Hulk says, fascinating. Yes, parasite co-ops parasite. A symbiote seemingly trumps a xenomorph. And Captain Marvel says, hey, are you okay? Not really. That was terrifying. And Captain Marvel says, sure, but you're all right, though. And look at this. Yes, we are fine. And look at this. Oh my goodness. How awesome. And Spider-Man says, speak for yourself, because there's only one thing that's going to be able to let me start. Because there's only one thing that's going to make me able to sleep at night. We've got to get the hell off this planet. So, thus ends the issue. So, wow. What a great first issue. So, I will be doing the second one. There's only been 2 out. Aliens Avengers number 1 from just a couple of months ago, from here in 2024. Wow. Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribic. Like and subscribe. I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.